So how are we gonna sneak out of the house?
Adam attempts to rein in the teens.
I know you guys are trying to push limits with us.
But can Brian take his boundaries?
What the is his problem?
On this episode of The World's Strictest Parents,
Our household is a dictatorship, not a democracy.
meet the Rutherfords from Reno.
We do not tolerate backtalk, disrespect.
A family that believes children should know their place.
All the dark colors, not the whites.
For the next week, they'll take in two wild teens,
If you take my car away, I will never speak to you again.
used to setting their own rules.
Don't you dare!
Brian!
But when the two worlds collide,
You can't take away my stuff.
Quit talking back to me.
will the teens fall in line,
He can burn in hell!
or will a dose of discipline send them running for the hills?
What the is his problem?
My name's Desiree Velasquez, and I'm 18. I'm from Glendale, Arizona. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and we are I'm pretty up.
Desiree, just listen for 5 seconds.
I've been listening to you for 30 minutes.
Living with Desiree has become more difficult.
If I want to, I can. It's my life.
If Desiree's not getting her way, she's a very difficult person to live with.
There's no way you can take my car away.
I can take your
And if you
car
take my car away, I will never speak to you again, ever. Me and my stepdad don't get along very much. He tries to act like he's my dad, and I feel like he's not.
John and I have been part of each other's lives since Desiree was 1. So, this isn't some strange person disciplining her.
Legally, I don't have a curfew, right?
Right.
Okay,
Legally
thank
don't,
you.
but since you live with us.
Thank you.
She doesn't want the discipline, so she will find whatever tool she can to hurt him.
The day I got alcohol poisoning, I did 15 double shots.
She was in the middle of the street, vomiting, couldn't get up.
There was fire trucks and the ambulance and police cars. They had their lights on Desiree, and she was on her hands and knees, literally.
I worry about her making the wrong decision, making a choice to drive home drunk and involving herself in a life-changing accident. I worry for Desiree's future.
My name is Brian Brackett. I'm 15, and I live in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
My cigarettes!
I do a lot of bad things.
Like a klepto?
I'm against authority.
That's respect. That's respect. And you're telling me to respect other people when you're calling me a bastard?
Brian.
Don't you dare say that.
Brian.
Don't you dare.
Brian.
I smoke cigs and then drink a lot.
You're actually pissing? Yep, he's pissing. This 3
I feel better.
I'm just partying a lot every day. Don't give a what my parents say.
Okay, how are you getting over there and how are you getting back and what time?
I don't know.
Brian's behavior is so defiant. It's like you ask him to do something and it's flat out, no, I'm not doing that. Well, I need to know a time.
Well, I'll call you.
Like 9 or?
I don't know. I'll
Okay,
call
well, I
you.
don't want you to.
Brian will instigate a conflict. Regardless of what he's doing, you can tell him when to be home.
You can
I
hunt.
realize that.
Well, if things keep going the way they are, I'll probably be beating the out of John.
You literally make it difficult just for us to do something for you.
Yeah, no, for you.
Here's a kid that I was involved with, taking him to sports, going to all of his events, and he's just turned extremely.
Don't talk to me.
He's not answering.
So now it's 9 o'clock. You don't know where he's at.
I know he smokes weed, smokes cigarettes, he drinks. I know there's things I don't know. He has told me some things that I don't even know what they are. There's the fire station, he's not there.
We need help because we're not able to give Brian the help he needs.
Oh, there's Brian. If things don't change, Brian will not graduate from high school. The path he's on just leads to worse things. Love you. Hoping he comes back a changed kid.
I'll miss my mom. I won't miss my stepdad.
I'll miss you.
I'll see you guys later when I get back.
Okay. I'm gonna miss her. I just hope she does okay.
I'm just wondering what the family's gonna be like. So, just kind of nervous.
I'm Pamela Rutherford, and I'm married to Adam Rutherford. We live on the outskirts of Reno, Nevada. We have 4 children. Carissa is 16, Ashley is 14, Dylan's 7, and Ryan is 5.
Our household is a dictatorship, not a democracy. Well, overall, very good, Ashley, on your grades.
Thank you.
Try not to give up the easy points. I've learned that philosophy ever since they were young, and that's why they're very successful at everything they try. It's your first 4.0 and a long line of 4.0s.
We do not tolerate backtalk, disrespect, eye rolling, turning your back on us if we're talking to you. You need to look at us in the eye. Wait, stop. Can you wipe your mouth, please? The children in our house each have their own tasks that they're responsible for.
All the dark colors, not the whites.
When your expectations are clear from the minute they come out of the womb, then it actually makes it for an easy household.
And there's socks, too.
My parents are pretty strict.
I haven't met your date
I haven't met your date, so.
If we do something bad, they'll get us where it hurts most.
As of now, you're not going to prom, so. I don't believe my kids rebel because they don't want to have the consequences of rebelling.
You chew with your mouth closed, remember? There's a zero tolerance policy when it comes to lack of respect.
Milk.
Milk what? Boy, that was tough.
My advice to the teens is don't cuss in front of them. I've never really cussed at them. I'm kind of scared to know what would happen.
Can you sit down on your bottom, both of you?
If the kids coming in don't follow the rules, then they're probably not going to have a very good time on Rutherford Ranch.
I'm Brian.
I'm Desiree. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You ready to go meet our parents? I'm not used to strict parents. Like, my parents aren't strict. Hopefully one of their kids are like our age.
Yeah,
That would be pretty cool.
No matter what, we're gonna corrupt them.
Who's excited?
We are very anxious.
Well, if they're only half as good as my kids, we'll be in good shape.
Aw.
I wish there was more things around here, though. This is like BFE, like there's nothing here.
I might go insane. I was like, we're in the middle of nowhere. Where are we going?
We're gonna be locked up for 5 whole days.
Hi.
I'm Brian.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Desiree.
Desiree, I'm Pam. Nice to meet you.
I'm Adam.
Nice to meet you. I'm Desiree.
This is Ryan, Dylan, Carissa, and Ashley.
I saw their daughters. Yeah.
So they're gonna be staying with you.
I know. We're so excited.
Brian.
Brian with a B, not R, like Ryan.
First impression is they look like normal teenagers. All right.
Well, welcome.
Welcome to our house.
To Rutherford Ranch.
They seem like douches.
Well, Brian, Desiree, before we start our week together, we'd like to go over our house rules with you both.
Okay.
Okay, the first house rule is no swearing.
If we swear, what happens?
We would prefer that you not.
We'd prefer that you respect us and our kids, and especially our little kids, by not teaching them bad habits.
Okay.
Swearing would be one.
We'll try.
Next house rule, no smoking, drugs, or alcohol by minors.
Seeing as how I'm 18, can we make a compromise where I can smoke cigarettes outside?
Cigarettes bothers everybody, and it bothers us because if you smoke, then we all have to smell your smoke when you walk in our house.
All right. Well, I don't agree with that.
Well, I can't stop you from smoking on public property, but this is my property, so if you would like to smoke, the street is about
Out
a quarter
there.
mile out that direction.
Okay.
Okay.
Already, I mean, the disrespect came out right away. They were definitely used to talking back to their parents, and we don't have that here.
Attitude, backtalk, you know, we don't allow that with our kids, and we won't allow that with you too.
Make your bed every day.
We have to make our bed every day? For what reasoning?
A messy bed is a messy person, is a messy life, so.
I don't have to make my bed ever.
But you're not at your house, you're at our house now, so this is how we do things here.
We'll see.
So we're asking you to make your bed and put your clothes in the hamper. Is that too much to ask? I don't put up with misbehavior. I mean, there's no tolerance. The rules are very clear in our house.
As far as bedtimes go, we'd like you to go to bed by 9:30 and lights out by 10.
1:30?
9:30.
In your rooms.
Really?
Yeah. It was definitely concern for Pamela and I for how they were acting, and it was obvious that we were going to get tested and tested very quick.
Coming up,
So how are we gonna sneak out of the house?
Adam attempts to rein in the teens.
I know you guys are trying to push limits with us.
But can Brian take his boundaries?
What the is his problem?
You guys want to help us with dinner?
Let's go, we gotta go get, I'm gonna change. Change? So I can go smoke.
Are we gonna have like a schedule so we can accommodate your smoking schedule? I mean, seriously,
How often do you...
I mean, is it like every hour or?
No, but I just smoke it whenever I want one.
Oh my gosh.
How long are you going to be gone?
It takes 3 minutes to smoke a cigarette. So however long it takes me to walk there and walk back, add 3 minutes onto that.
After we finished up the rules meeting, we were ready to start our dinner. However, Desiree decided that she needed to have her cigarette. And so Adam and I know that, that's probably gonna take about 10 minutes max. Oh my gosh. All right.
What is it when we have to make our bed every morning and lights out at 10, dude?
Dude, that's not happening.
And we have to walk all the way down to the end of his acre. What's the difference if I smoke right here on the porch or if I smoke out here? Keep that on the low. Ryan wasn't allowed to smoke cigarettes, but he walked out there with me. And of course I gave him a cigarette. So how are we gonna sneak out of the house?
When me and Desiree went to go have a smoke, we were talking about how stupid this family was because they were just trying to tell us what to do already, and we just came into their house.
Probably should walk back.
No, come on. It's mountain time. I'm gonna go climb the mountain.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Brian is up on the hill, on the mountain, like jumping around on the mountain.
What mountain? This
You can
mountain?
see his big yellow sweatshirt.
Dude, it's gonna be like midnight by the time we come back. Sorry.
You're just gonna let him hang out over there on the mountain?
Pamela and I both checked on them after about 20 minutes and saw them, goofing off, but they obviously weren't planning on following what they said they were going to do as far as walk to the end of the driveway, spend 3 minutes there, and walk back.
We're gonna get in trouble. I don't think the mom says that, but the dad.
Just leave him?
Yep. Let's start dinner.
All right.
They're not home for dinner. They're not eating.
Yeah, that's very. Good idea. Let's go.
Like, give me some of that gum. Jeez.
So it should take no more than 10 minutes. It's been like 20 or more, 25, 30.
Okay, well, let's just prepare a meal.
I've never seen my dad get his buttons pushed that much before, so I was kind of nervous for him.
No, I'm so rich. I'm a jackass.
Yeah, you want me to start the steaks?
Yeah, it's a broiler on.
I'm gonna turn it on right now.
I was very frustrated. Right off the bat, it was like they could care less. They could care less about us, the fact that we were waiting for them. They were here to have a good time, and it seemed like that's all they cared about.
Where's the butter?
We don't put our elbows on the table, and I like it when the hair's behind, because if you don't, it's like it gets in your food. It's like gross.
Why can't I have my hair in my face?
I mean, it's like long, and like when you lean over, it's just good to have good table manners.
I have manners, but hair has nothing to do with manners. It's not dipping in my food at all. Do you see any food in my hair? Because I don't. I mean, is my hair in the plate at all?
It's hard to believe that people can just talk to parents like that. If I talked to any of my friends' parents and I was talking to them like that, my dad would be so mad at me.
I won't see any hair on your plate.
I'm just saying, like, it's okay.
Wait, is this okay? This is not elbow.
Yeah, you can. It's fine.
Okay. So as long as the rest is something on the table.
I felt like it was just sort of a joke to them.
That was good steak. Thank you.
They didn't come into our house with an open mind, and we don't put up with that.
So the plan for tonight is...
I think I'll take them two out and feed the horses with them. This is Chance. I decided to take Desiree and Brian out to the barn to get our point across to them. There's a bin right inside. You just dump it right in. All right. So, but what I wanted to talk to you guys out here is about a little earlier today when you guys went for your smoke break. What did you tell us before you were going to leave?
I said it was gonna take me 3 minutes to smoke my cigarette and however long it took me to walk there and back. I didn't give you a specific time.
I know. We were waiting to start dinner with you guys and wanted to do it with you. And
Okay, well, we did what we told you we would do.
And you said it
she
was
went to
okay.
smoke a cig, and she did that. And while she was doing that, I was climbing the rock. So we didn't waste any time doing anything because I was there with her anyway.
I know you guys are trying to push the limits with us.
Well, you can think we're pushing the limits, but
It's
we're not.
chores.
We told you what we were doing.
told you exactly
and we
what
did
we're
it.
doing.
No, you
How
guys
is that
said
pushing the
you guys said you were
Honestly,
gonna walk.
like, how's that pushing the limits?
I mean, you must be pretty slow if that's how long it takes you to walk.
slow.
I really am. I walk slow.
I'm sorry that I can't walk
Are you gonna hold that
fast-paced
against
enough
me,
for you.
or what?
What's that?
I
You're gonna
know.
hold that against me that I walk slow?
You took 25
Did you
minutes.
give me a
we're supposed to
specific time?
run? What? That
Did
doesn't
you?
make any sense. You're,
I don't
Hey,
think-
can I talk to one of you at a time?
Well, you're
You want to talk to me,
You're
or do you
talking
want
to both of
her?
us. So
No, I'm talking to either of you. So what we're asking for is just to respect our time.
Okay, well,
I mean,
respect our
I mean,
time. Give us
what
some
we're
time of
doing.
our own, too. We don't constantly have to be in the house.
If you want to be under our roof, then you live by our rules.
We didn't do anything wrong,
push the
dude. Chill
rules.
out. What the did we do wrong?
You just
seriously.
swore, that's wrong.
Because you're pissing me the off. Like, give me a break.
Now you're just trying to push it on us to where you're pushing us too far.
We waited for dinner
Okay,
for you
well,
to
I'm
start
sorry
it.
I took
And
too long.
And if we tell you something, we'll do it. And if you guys
Well,
do,
you went against your word right
didn't,
now,
though. You
so
didn't.
I don't
you
trust
told us
you at
you
all.
trust us.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
you did.
smoke a cigarette.
I'm with you.
Peace out.
What the is his problem?
Oh, I can't stand this family.
What's wrong with him?
they have no regard for authority. They need to start following some rules.
There's
There
the mom.
she
It's
is.
on. I'm talking to the mom. Right now.
I'm going back.
Seriously? What the is his problem?
What's going on?
What's wrong with him?
What's the
He's
matter?
judging us for how slow we walk there and back, and we told him exactly what we were doing, and he's complaining about it.
So what are you guys doing now?
We went away because he was being an ass. I'm tired of it.
All right, well, just calm down. So when I came back and saw Brian acting the way he was and hearing the things that he was saying, I was completely confused.
No, I'm pissed off. I'm not, like, seriously, we're not going back in there until he figures out his stuff. We didn't do anything.
You're that mad over something
Seriously.
like that.
Is this what our week is gonna be like? I mean, they just got here, you know?
And they're probably not going to have a very good time on Rutherford Ranch. I'm going to take a completely different tactic with them tomorrow.
Coming up,
I wanted to talk to you about consequences to your actions.
a change of tack from the parents.
This is my house.
Okay, but
You're in my house.
But will it bring a change of heart from the teens?
I told him to and he's a. So, we have to go feed the horses
Okay, yeah.
first.
Yeah, they're hungry.
Great horses.
So it's day 2 with Desiree and Brian. We had kind of a rough start. We've had a lot of time to reflect and think about how we're going to approach today, which is a new day, and in my opinion, a new opportunity to gain their respect. Well, you guys said you like horses, right?
I love
I
horses.
like horses.
My mom used to
I
have a
just don't
horse when
like-
she was little.
Doing stuff.
Me and Brian are aware, you know, today's probably gonna be a rough one considering yesterday did not go smoothly at all.
So this one is Chance. This is the one you'll take care of. Hi, honey.
So you want me to do the hay now?
Yeah. And then, yeah, you can just kind of shim ways.
Is this my horsey?
Yeah, and then just throw that in there. This is
You get
Emma.
the other one.
Emma?
Emma, yeah, she'll be your girl.
Hi, Emma.
She's real sweet. They're a little grouchy when they're hungry, though.
Should I give her food?
Yeah.
Pamela had taken the 2 teens out and did some horse stuff. And we had decided that we were going to separate Desiree and Brian and talk to them individually so that they couldn't get each other worked up.
So you just throw it in there, and if you look, there's actually like a feed bucket that it's gonna fall into.
Well, is she gonna bite me?
No, she won't bite you.
Don't bite me.
We don't want another repeat of yesterday as far as the arguments went. So we are instituting a zero tolerance policy today.
Hey, Desiree, can you come inside? We'd like to talk to you for a little bit.
And we've decided to sit the teens down individually and discuss the consequences for yesterday and lay down the law.
All right, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about a few things. And when I say I'd like to talk to you, I'd like to talk to you with this being a one-way conversation right now, and when I'm done, we can discuss it a little bit more. Okay. I want to talk about yesterday first. As far as swearing and attitude and backtalk, we told you off the get-go that wasn't allowed in the house. We both went and talked to you yesterday about that, and we got a lot of the attitude and backtalk. So I didn't want to go into showing negative consequences for your actions yesterday because I like to start everything out positive. So I wanted to talk to you about consequences to your actions in our house. If they want to be part of our house and know what the experience is like to live in our house, they need to start following some rules. When you break our rules in our house, if it is a rule like we've asked you to do a chore and you don't complete that chore, we're going to add chores on to what you're doing. If it's an attitude, yelling at us, backtalk, I'm going to take away your individuality, and I'm going to take away your makeup and your clothes, and you're going to wear something out of my wardrobe. Now, I figured that that would be a pretty big deterrence from breaking our rules.
You can't take away my personal belongings.
I'm not going to keep them.
You
but
can't
while
take
you're
them
here,
away. Do you want me to take your stuff away?
You can't.
You
Okay, you're
can't
already
take
backtalking me right now.
Well, I don't agree with you taking
Okay,
my
I don't
stuff
care
away.
because this is my house.
Okay, but
you're
that's
in my house.
clothes.
That's fine.
That's mine.
Hey, quit talking back to me.
I thought we don't yell in this
I
house.
will yell at you.
Don't yell at me. You don't have any right to yell at me.
Okay, get out of my house.
All right, I'll get out.
Okay.
You, stupid.
I was dumbfounded. I can honestly say I've never had anybody talk to me in that manner in my entire life.
I'm leaving. He told me he was gonna take my clothes away and I was gonna wear his clothes. He can burn in hell!
I was already fumed from the day before, and, you know, she started swearing at me, and I blew up at her, and she said she was leaving. Hey, Brian, can we talk to you for a minute?
Oh, you want to talk to me now?
Yeah.
First, what do you need to talk to me about?
I'm gonna go pack my
What would you
later.
like to talk to me about?
I was able to pull it together pretty fast and ask Brian if he could come in and have a conversation with Pamela and I.
I mean, you don't have to, what happened with her is, it's a separate issue than what we're gonna discuss with you.
I
So-
heard yelling, and I thought the rule was no yelling, so.
We don't yell, we've never had to.
First of all, we had some yelling attitude backtalk yesterday when we tried to talk to you. We thought about that a little bit overnight on how we wanted to handle it with each of you. And as far as, you know, you're concerned, if you want to come into our house and sort of see what it's like living in our family, we ask you to respect our family and the way we do things. Okay, we're not going to do things the way you do your things. You're in our house. And so in order for our house to work, which it works really well, you know, we do things a certain way. And that way is if you don't do the chores we ask you to do, we're just going to ask you to do more chores. Okay?
And then what if I don't do those chores?
If you don't do it, you have punishments for it.
Okay, well, I'm not your slave, so thank you. I'm out.
All right.
No, thank you.
All right.
Some
Oh, that's your attitude, not ours. The meeting with Brian ended before it even began. They can go find someone else that will tolerate that behavior, because we won't.
I don't want to be stuck here in this stupid ass house. Hate it here. I have been honoring his rules, but he crossed the line when he started yelling at me.
We're trying to treat them with respect, but we're not going to put up with kids that come into our house with the attitude that we're just not going to do anything we're asked to do. I'd like to treat them like my kids, but they're not even giving me the ability to do that.
When you can't even have a conversation with somebody, you can't even sit across the table and explain to them your expectations and the consequences that they would be choosing, by the way, and get that type of reaction, I'm not going to be talked to like that in my own house. I won't tolerate that kind of disrespect, period.
They did not come in with an open mind and an open heart in our house. At the end of the day, he just couldn't take it and knew that we weren't going to take it anymore, so he left.
Coming up, will Desiree follow Brian's escape?
I'm pissed.
Or can the Rutherfords convince her to change?
Honestly, I've never been talked to the way that you talk to me in my entire life.
After Brian walked out the door and Desiree stormed off into her room and packed. Pamela and I sat down and decompressed.
I'm just dumbfounded.
And decided that, you know, we're not gonna let any kids get to us like these two did.
Well, obviously, just the least a bit of authority just makes these kids fly off the handle.
I'm pissed. There was two sides to my feelings. I wanted to get my stuff and I wanted to leave. Then again, the other side of me wanted to go back out there and try and talk it out before I did something that maybe I wouldn't have liked in the long run.
Either she comes out with a different attitude and willingness to move ahead. I just don't see how we can continue this week with her.
Yeah.
All right, I'm all done now.
Hi, Desiree.
Hello.
Hi, Desiree.
Hi, how's it going?
Wish it would be going better than it is. We weren't expecting this.
Yeah, we got in a pretty big fight.
Yeah. Last we knew, you were gonna leave, so we're like, we have no idea what's going on right now.
Yeah, I don't want to leave. I do want to stay here and talk it out, work things out.
We're not used to this at all. We don't have, our house doesn't function like that. We don't have kids that disrespect us this way, or anyone for that matter. So, I mean, honestly, I've never been talked to the way that you talked to me here a few minutes ago in my entire life. We are the parents and you are the kid. So you're coming into our house to live under our rules.
I'm sorry for blowing up so much. It's just sometimes when I get mad, I just tend to yell and cuss.
Well, hopefully we can work on that while you're here. We don't want to punish or have any extra chores on anybody. We never really have to punish our kids, nor do we like to. And we'd like to show you why our family works really good and have you be part of it for the next few days.
I was very relieved to hear what Desiree had to say. Apology or not, we still needed to address the issues from the day before, and that morning for that matter. So Adam had already devised his punishment. Basically, since you came in here, you've been back-talking, you've been disrespectful, cussing, and so...
You have stuff to wear for outside? So for your punishment today, what happens is all these rocks that are on the dirt, they can injure our horse's feet. There's really no good way to do it other than by hand.
This is gonna take forever.
I just felt it was a task that would potentially deter her from defying us in the future. She didn't seem like a kind of girl who'd like to go out and get dirty.
You know, and hopefully there isn't any more, reasons to have any more punishments, but the next one's probably gonna involve the manure pile over there.
Sayonara.
Have fun.
I'll try my best. Adam gave me my chore and I took it. I went outside and I did it, and he went inside and they all ate lunch and left me outside raking up the rocks. Cannot believe I have to do this. So pointless.
I looked outside a couple times. She wasn't happy. She wasn't doing it very positively.
Ugh. There's rocks everywhere. Oh my God. First I felt abandoned, but...
Need some help?
Yeah. The two little boys came out and helped me, and so did Adam.
We're gonna finish this thing up. It's looking pretty close. Let's start wrapping this up here.
All right.
Well, you did a good job, Desiree. It looks good.
I'm really looking forward to getting to know Desiree more and, making a positive impact on her life.
I was a little nervous getting up because I wasn't sure if Desiree would be the same Desiree we had the first day with us. Morning, Desiree.
Morning.
I see you made your bed. Thank you. And I also noticed you fed the horses, and I like that you did that without me having to ask you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
One thing I learned pretty quickly about Desiree, the minute that you ask her or tell her what you're expecting from her, her attitude and her tone changes.
Would you like to come outside and help me on a project?
Yeah.
One of the things that we needed to do on the ranch was to move our round pen for our horses. It was currently located behind our barn and is in the way of a tennis court we're gonna build.
So how do we take it apart? Like, do we have to drill?
Wrenches and drills. It was a good task that was gonna take a few hours. It would require labor, but it was also that we could work close together so we could have some good conversation.
I'll loosen them up and you pop them off and throw them in the bucket.
I was kind of iffy about going outside with just me and Adam.
Just like that.
Oh.
How you doing here?
Fine. Whoa.
I think we're making a pretty good team.
Yeah. Oh no, I hope they don't fall.
We'll go really slow.
I think she saw that I was working right beside her and listening to her.
Do you go camping much out there at the lakes?
Yeah, my parents like to camp a lot.
Family been pretty busy?
Yeah, my mom just opened her business like about 2 years ago or a year ago.
Yeah.
Me and my stepdad don't get along at all, and we fight like cats and dogs.
I had a few stepdads, so I sort of know.
Oh, wow. And granted, he's been there basically since I was born, but he's still not my dad, and it's...
Well, it's a tough position to be in. I mean,
Yeah.
if he was there since you were 3, he probably feels like he is.
Right.
And maybe he doesn't feel like you treat him like a dad, or?
Maybe not. I could see that there is two sides to Adam. Made me feel more comfortable to be around him. He's just done a lot of things in the past that have pushed me away from him a lot more, too.
I felt really good that Desiree opened up to me.
I expressed some mean feelings about Adam that now I kind of regret saying.
You worked hard.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the
I
fastest.
tried my best.
That's the fastest we've ever built one of these, so.
Really?
Yeah. All right.
Coming up, can Pam get to the heart of Desiree's problems?
We've gone in some fights that have ended up pretty bad.
We're gonna go have girls' time at the spa. Desiree and I got off to a bumpy start, so I planned the day at the spa so that I could have some good quality time with her, some alone time, and I knew that there were some things I wanted to talk to her about.
Going to the spa with Pam was new to me just because me and my mom don't really go on mother-daughter dates.
I guess my philosophy, like, at home is when you say hurtful things that to people you love, once you say them, you can't take them back. So, I mean, if you really want to move forward in a relationship, I don't care who it is in your life, you can have differences of opinion or not agree with everything that person says, but at least be able to talk it out and say, you know, I hear what you're saying, I don't agree with you, and this is why. But I mean, you can do that in a calm manner, you know, instead of yelling, just to like, so you can move the relationship forward.
Right. I realized that Pam, you know, was just letting me know that the way that they work, they're all getting along. And in my household, it's not like that. I mean, usually every day there's an argument. My mom keeps her cool pretty well. When she loses her temper, I mean, she loses it.
Do you think maybe like that's why you do? Because
yeah, probably.
It was really nice for her to open up, and I kind of felt like I was being viewed more as a mother figure.
I don't want it to be like that for the rest of my life, and I don't want my kids to be like that either.
Well, who wants to go through life like being angry all the time? You know? But this is something you're recognizing as something you want to work on?
Yeah, I definitely want to work on it.
But someone has to take the first step.
I understand what you're saying. She is a very nice person at heart. It made me just, you know, really appreciate her and her household a lot more.
Felt good.
I know, thank you.
You're welcome. So have a seat. After the fun that we had at the spa, her opening up to me, I felt it was the perfect moment to bring out the letters to give a different perspective and kind of identify with what her mom and dad are going through. I was gonna let you have some moments.
Hello, Desi. Just wanted to send a little note your way to say I love you. I miss you bunches and can't wait to see you. I feel as though you ignore everything I say. I am so hopeful that this experience will open your eyes a little bit. I love you whole bunches, plus only want the best for you today, and always love you, Mom. I felt happy that my parents actually made the time to, write how their feelings were and their thoughts. Desiree, I hope the experience you're having right now is a good one, and maybe see that Mom and I aren't as bad at, or should I say strict as we could and maybe should be. My stepdad has never wrote me any letters or tried to ever sit down and have a, actual conversation with me. So when he wrote me this letter, I was shocked. You have it good at home, and I hope we can get to a place where you enjoy living here and at the same time show a little more respect for your mother and I and our wishes. Mom and I miss you too, and I can't wait till you get home on Sunday. I care for my stepdad. I mean, he has been there for me since I was 3 years old. I mean, the last 12 months has been rough on both of us, but I have not done anything to change to make the relationship better.
Hi, so how did it go?
My stepdad was just talking about how it's frustrating for my mom that we always argue.
It sounds like you guys both want the same things. It just seems like you're not figuring out how to communicate that to each other.
I can try. You never know.
Yeah, well, give me hugs. The letters obviously helped Desiree understand the other side of the story, where her mom and dad were coming from.
Coming up,
They don't yell or cuss in their house.
can Desiree and her parents resolve their differences?
You know that too. Do you want me to do something? Like cut the legs?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. Okay. All right, thanks.
I think over the few days that Desiree's been in our house, she's really adapted to the way our family works. All of a sudden, I saw her helping out a little bit more. That's the way our family operates.
I absolutely believe that Desiree appreciated the time and attention that we gave her this week. She really seemed to thrive.
I'm honored.
The more attention we paid to her, the more we showed her that we did care, the more she came out of her shell, the more her defenses came down. Woo, woo. The more cheery and fun-loving she became, and she really is a wonderful girl.
Just go ahead of him, and he'll follow you in. Just keep going.
My opinion has completely changed towards this family. So I'm just gonna apply some gold onto the base of your eyes. And I'm seeing that, since I'm not breaking the rules, I'm actually being able to experience the fun part.
Hey, Desiree.
Hi, guys.
Hi. So we're coming to the end of the week.
I had a lot of fun with you guys, and I do want to thank you for letting me come back in here and giving me another chance.
I'm so glad that we got a second chance with you.
So am I.
Because, first impressions are tough to overcome, and we did that.
I was sad that Desiree was leaving. She fit into our family really well. I was really surprised. She just blended right in. Actually, your parents are about an hour's drive from here. So
Both of them?
Both your parents are going to be here in an hour. I guess it'd be a good time for you to go pack up your things.
As I was packing my bags, I was just, thinking I was gonna miss this family.
I was a little anxious for Desiree's parents to arrive, but I think she was more anxious than Adam and I were.
I'm excited to pick up Desiree and see what her week's been like.
I'm anxious to see if she comes back with maybe a little more appreciation and a lot more respect for her parents. So.
Here they are. When I gave my mom a hug, I was happy, to feel her presence again. I mean, I did miss her. So in the beginning, it started off very rough. We didn't get along, and I didn't like their rules.
Like what?
Well, like for when they don't yell or cuss in their house, and we do that a lot.
You do that a lot?
No, we do that a lot, not just me, and you know that. You know that too. The hardest thing for me probably was just to listen, to let them talk, because I kept wanting to overtalk and overpower them, and I didn't want to listen to what they had to say, and I didn't care what they had to say.
Right.
And I would just cuss at them and get mad and walk out.
How'd you guys get through that one?
Well, what works in our house is we don't bend the rules. They are what they are, and it's a zero tolerance policy.
We had never really dealt with kids that were so
disrespectful.
Yeah, and come at us like they did. Desiree came back, and we agreed to try to work it out.
Well, I'm proud of you for doing that.
I mean, the only reason it worked is because she did change her attitude. We were the same people from the minute she walked in till now. We haven't changed. It was her. I certainly hope that when they get back that they will institute some of these ideas that we've discussed.
The last 2 days here has been, you know, really a joy to have around. And, you know, we've been really positive with her, though. You know, she's a teenager and she's going to make mistakes and she's going to do this. But, you know, try to pick some positive times with her and really look at her and know why you love her as your daughter and make sure she knows that.
We may be calling for advice.
You know, we started out with 2 teens coming in. It was real tumultuous for a couple days. It was sad to see Brian go. I feel like if he had stayed, that we really could have seen some great things.
This is where I met you at.
My biggest hope for Desiree is that she can be respectful and, you know, really go after her goals in life.
Keep in touch.
I think the biggest lesson Desiree learned was that you don't have to have attitude to get what you want, and that even a little work can pay off in the end and you can still have fun.
Give me a hug, little man.
She was able to see that if you put a little bit of effort into a relationship, good things can happen. Dad'll get it.
My hopes are that, you know, she's learned a lot from this experience and hopefully matured a little bit.
Going forward, I want to be able to sit down and have a civilized conversation with my family. I don't want there to be conflict and fighting because it just makes it awkward to come home.